our today's agenda will be, so from now the development training will start, and our today's agenda will be introduction to say Apex and Apex data types. So introduction to Apex. So this is the slide which will like, it's a very familiar slides in every technology, like in Java or any other technology, in PHP, in Python, all the like this object oriented programming will work like this. So there will be some developer user, there will be some end user. So developer user will write some code and compile, and then so we have a data layer separate in Salesforce. So we need this internet connection. Without that, we can't develop any code, or we can't compile that code, or we can't run, because we have a developer console inbuilt in that Salesforce application. We don't need to install any application in our machine. We can just log in, we can just open a browser, and we can just log into our Salesforce and open a developer console, and we can write any code over there. What we need is that internet connection. So there will be a application server, and after that there will be a data storage. So Salesforce now, they don't use their own, they don't have their own data. So this data layer is not a completely clear picture till now. And many people, or like all people, they don't know which database Salesforce is using, but it's 90% or 80 to 90% confirm that they are using Oracle database, but we can't confirm on that. We can't give a clear picture on that. And Salesforce people also, they don't give any clear picture on that, which database they are using. But that is the backend thing, but we call this data storage, and we can like, it's same like Oracle database, so we can say that it's an Oracle database, but we don't need to touch this database layer, so we don't need to care about it. So Salesforce will take care of that. So just what developer user will do is they will write some classes and trigger, and they will run or compile using this internet on that application server, and Apex compiler will do the rest of the thing. It will go and fetch all the data which are available in the data storage, and it will give you the result. And if there is any error, then it will give you the compiler error to developer user while developing. So if there is no error, then if end user will request you for the request for the same, then Apex runtime will do their work, and it will fetch all the data from the data storage, and it will show the result to the end user. So this is the same scenario in every technology or every like language is using, or any kind of web services are working on that. So yeah, introduction to Apex. What is Apex? Apex is a strongly typed object oriented programming. So it's same like Java, and it will have, so it will work, and you can write your code and all on the force.com platform only. You don't need to install any like application, which I have earlier mentioned. And it's a multi-tenant environment, so there will be some limits on your code. There will be some governance limits, so which I already told that Salesforce is based on this multi-tenant architecture. So so many people, so customers will be using the same database. So for that, we will be having some governance limits. So governance limits will be applied to this Apex transaction also. So that we need to keep in mind while developing. So this Apex provide build support for the DML calls. So we can write DML like insert, update, and delete a record. We can upsert also. We can merge also. So there will be some DML operation, and inline SOQL and SOSL statement are there. So SOQL is Salesforce Object Query Language, and SOSL is Salesforce Object Search Language. So what this SOSL is different from this is, so here you will find a word, and you can write a word like I'm going to find a test word in all the database which is available in my org. So you can find that particular test, and it will show you, it will give you multiple objects like which are not related or related. So it will, if you want to search, so we have a simple example. We have a separate topic on that, but I'll let you know this simple example. Let me log in. Why? So we have a search box on the this Salesforce org. We all have a search box on that. It's like same Google. What Google do is, so if you write a test or if you write anything in your in the Google search box, then it will search that particular string, that particular text which you have provided. It will search in their database, whether it is which kind of is type of, whether if you search a database, then it will search all the results. It will search from the Oracle database, it will search from the Salesforce, it will search from the SAP, it will search every database company are available. So we have this search box over here. So we it will search you if you write test here. So if you, it will search you, uh, it will search this test in all those objects. So let's see that we have test name as a opportunity record. We have test user as a user. We have test user. Yeah, so it will give you. So we have two user. So it will give you this opportunity, and so all those this, it will search in all the object, and it will give you the result. So that SOSL will do, and SOQL will be you can apply this query language. It's same like SQL, but here what's the difference is we can't apply that star thing. We can't select star. We can't write select star from this object. So here that is the foundation, and we have to use specific field like select name from contact, so that we have to specify the name which we are going to find of particular column or particular field which we have to apply here. So that is the SQL. Looping control structure, so we will be having for loop and while loop over here as well. We'll be learning more about it later. Syntax, so this syntax also is same like Java, and it will it can prevent you record update conflicts also. Custom so we have custom public or like private API keys call. So we have REST API support, we have SOAP API support in Apex. We'll be learning more about it. And you can send and receive emails via Apex. You can apply web services, or you can write, you can use that XML request and response thing in while using integration. And you can we will be having, we have warnings and error to prevent object references in Apex also. So you can throw error and you can add error on the particular record. So that is the that is Apex. And I'll show you how we use and how we write code, and which environment we use to develop code. So we don't need to install anything here. What we have to do is we have to open this browser. We have to log in. Just now I have logged in, and in this setup gear, when you click on that, you will find a developer console. So for this, if you don't see this developer console in your org, then you don't have the permission, or maybe you have to apply that developer user. So if you don't see this developer console over here, so go to your go to the setup and go to your profile, and please enable the developer user checkbox, so that you will be able to see this. So if every developer user will be able to see this, and when you click on that, then a separate this window will be opening. And here you can see, let's let it open. So yeah, so this is the environment where we will be developing the code. So this is the developer console, and here you can create a new Apex class, trigger, visual force page, custom component, lighting component, static resources. You can open from here. You can there will be all the all the views or all the buttons are available like we have in Eclipse and all. So if you have used Eclipse or any other tool, like we have Sublime Text and we have if Android Studio, if you have used that. So there are so many environment are available, which so it will be same like that, but keep in mind that it is a online the developer console. So there will be like internet connection you do have to use. If without internet connection it will not respond you. So let's go and create a like Apex class where you have to apply a class test class. So you have to give a name. So this is the same is same like Java. You can give this public class, private class, global class, and class name and the name of the class. And inside that you can write public static void and your method name. And it's same like Java. So here you can write your code. So this is the Apex thing, and you can write you can write also trigger here. You can create trigger from here. We'll learn more about it on the trigger classes. So you can write Apex Visual Force pages also. You can write Lightning application, create a component also. You can create an event from here. So everything is possible from here. Only one thing which is not possible here is the Lightning web component. uh, that is recently they have like introduced. So that is not possible here for now, but they are implementing something to bring that also here. But maybe another next 2 or 3 releases they will be release that one also. But for now we need to use Visual Studio for that. If we are developing any code on the Lightning Web component, then we have to use this Visual Studio for now. So that is the introduction of Apex. So we have some Apex, we have some data types in Apex. So yeah, let me just brief you about it. So Apex data type is the so same the type which we have in another languages like the primitive data type all are available like integer, double, long, date, and all. So those are some primitive data type. We have a collection data type like a array data type available in another language like in Java or in the Python or PHP. We have array. So here we have this list, set, and map uh, collection data type. So there these all are a array. So this will be a key value pair. So map will be having a key value pair, and list will be list can contain duplicate values, but set cannot contain duplicate value. So this is the difference between list and set, and this is the key value pair of your array. So these are collection data type. We have a S object data type. So you can apply the object name as a data type as well. You can use the object name like if you are if you have created this student object, you can use that student object name as a data type. You can apply. You can create another records by using that data type. Enums, so self definitely. So classes we have so you can use classes class name also as a data type. You can so object every object you can use as a data type and interfaces. So you can use class interfaces as a data type as well. So primitive data type are these like integer, double, long, date time, string, ID, or boolean. So we have a ID, Salesforce ID, which is a unique ID available in all the organization which are available in Salesforce. So that will be a unique ID. It's a combination of alpha numeric things. So and we have two types of ID: 15 character ID and 18 character ID. So what's the main difference between that is the 18 character ID, the last 3 digit will be case sensitive, but in the 15 digit ID, the 15 digit will not be case sensitive. So that is the another difference. And what we why we have this IDs. So in Salesforce, in the design system where we the end user will be we let me open this account and let me open a record. So we have this 18 digit ID here. So what the last AAH will be a case sensitive word. So this will be the ID, and it will be a unique in all the org, not only your org. If you have like Sudeep has his own org and Madhu has his own org and Nandini has his own org, then it will be a unique key from in between all the org which are available in Salesforce, not only mine. It will be a unique key in all the org so that they have used all these digits. So this will be the that 15K and digit 18. So this is the 18 key. So in the for the end user, they will be seeing you this. You will be seeing this 18 digit ID, but in like backend when we are using Apex or any other language, any other in JavaScript, if we are using in Lightning component. Sorry guys. So yeah, if we are using Lightning component, Lightning web component, then also so there will be only 15 character ID will be using in backend. If you are creating custom setting and metadata type, then this for 50 they will be using this for 15 character ID only. So why? Because that is not a case sensitive in if they are using in backend. So that is not a case sensitive. And if here all the records will not be having the same ID with the this case insensitive value. So they will be seeing all that ID with the 18 character limit. And integer is same, like it's a number. Double, it will have a fixed digit, uh, we have 13,000 or something, the limit of that. So double will be that. So we can have that what can I say? So we can have the two digit, or we can define 2 or 4 digit after that comma, or the not comma, that how can I say? Let me display you. So this is integer. Integer I is equal to this. We can say like one 1000, and in double d is equal to, we can define like this 2.233. So this will be the double, and we can define how many digit we want. We can define that, and obviously this will be having some limitation on that. And long, what this long is also a integer type of thing. L is equal to like it, but it will be having some 64 bit data types. We can use multiple like this number of thing, but in integer there will be 16 bit only. So we have that limitation. So you can see on the internet, you can always see on the internet thing. You can compare all those primitive data type in internet. You can see we help. I have already I have already mentioned the resources over here. Date will be having the same date, date will, we can say this one, date is equal to today date, or we can write in text also, like 11/11/2000. So this kind of thing also we can write in date. So this will be the date time. So it will be having the time also. String is same, like string text thing. ID I have already mentioned. Boolean is a true or false value. In collection, what I'll show you the collection thing. Collections. So list. So this is the collection of your data. So here, what you can say is like we have a integer I is equal to 1, integer h is equal to 2, integer k is equal to 3. So we have this data. If you want to use this, if you want to store all these data into list, then you can like create a list of integer is equal to new list of integer. So like this syntax, we can create a, we can apply, or we can create a new list of data. We can add in these all value inside that int. So if you want to add, you can add I int list dot add h int list dot add k. So this is the list type. So here it will have the same. So if I'll go and create a another integer here called L is equal to 2, 2. So what it will have, it will have the duplicate value. So uh, this two, this H and L, they both have this duplicate value. So here we can, so A, this uh, this L and H, they both have this 2. So in this list, you can have duplicate value into list dot add L. And if you go and system.debug, so this is the print ln. So if you want to print anything in Apex, you can use this print system.debug thing. And you can, if you like my int list, by using this plus sign, you can bind, you can concatenate your list int list. So if I'll save this, then okay, for this I, so we have a, let me, so we have a anonymous window for this. So now I have to use this class in any like transaction where I have to call this class and all. But let me go and create a, so we have this anonymous window under this debug. We have a anonymous window where you can write all the code and you can execute those. So let me go and execute this thing. And yeah, so here we will be having these logs. So this if there is a problem, then all the problem will be showing here. So and this will be creating logs. All the log developer debug log will be over here. If you will create on this debug only, then you will be able to see your print ln statement. So what it will have is what we have printed here in this is my int list and your int list. So it now it is empty, and we have added ihkl inside this list of integer. So this will contain all the like your values. So it will contain the duplicate values as well. If you go and so let me close this. If you, yeah, So we have this one now. Let me close this one. So if you go and create this one set, so we have another data type called a collection data type called set. So let me go and create a set of integer. So that's how you can create a new set of your like any data type. Like you can create a set of string, you can create a set of integer, you can create a set of object as well. If you want to create like set of account, you can use that account name here. If you want to create a set of that student, you can use the API name of your student object here, and you can create that also. You can so that all the data will be available, all the records will be available inside that set. So let me go and apply and add all the values inside the set. And yeah, now what it will display you. Let me go and execute this, and it is opening the debug log. Let me go and debug. So what's the difference? In list, it displayed this 1, 2, 3. Let me. So that was the result of this list. So and what is the result of this set is 1, 2, 3 only. So that set doesn't contain this duplicate value. Got it? So this is the main difference in between list or list and set. So this skip this two here. So it will add only 1, 2, and 3. And here, when you add this AL over here, then it will check in your set, and it will say that like, oh, okay, we have already this value. So this will not add that thing inside your this collection. So this will not contain any duplicates value. So if you want to if you want to create, or if you want to add any like unique value, then you can use the set. If you don't have any unique value, or if you want to use all the repetitive value as well, then you can use list. Most of the time people use list only because there may be some duplicate records available in Salesforce, or we some people or some client can say that we need duplicate records, so they will be using this list. Okay, so this is the list and set. And the last data type is map. Collection data type is map. Like how map we can write is like we can use key and value pair inside that. So let's say key, we have string, and string as a key and integer as a value. So and the syntax will be the same. So map of string and integer. So string here will be the key, and integer will be the value. You can apply any kind of data type over here. You can use string string, you can use integer string, you can use integer integer, you can use s object type as well over here. And you can even inside your loop you can create multiple loops. So like that, you can use map of integer and integer. So like that also inside that loop, so that string will be the key of this loop, and in this loop this integer will be the key. So this you can use nested map statement also. And you can also use list over here. So string will be the key, and list of integer can be the value. So here let's not go.
Can we have a subject as a key?
Yes, we can have so as object what it will have is if you will define s object over here as a key, then it will only get that id. So if you want to fetch value from that s object type of key map, then you need to fetch that value by using that s object type id. So if I'm going to apply account as a key, then I need to use that account.id as a key, because what it will do is it will fetch that id and it will assign, because all the records cannot be a key for that particular value. So it will be that key should be the unique. Okay, so it will fetch the id field from that object. We can use a subject over here, we can use it over here as well. New so yeah, that's how let me create a new map of string integer, and that will be the same. And what should be the so for adding any value in list and set, we use this add. And if you want to add list inside a add, then we use add all, like that. So if you want to add int list, so if you want to add this list inside the set, then you need to use this add all. Or if you want to use say insert set inside any set, then you have to use this add all. And how you that for okay, and how you can insert any value inside map is, okay, I have to like this int map. Mhm. So I have defined this map over here. Now I have to insert value inside the map. So what it will do is int map dot put. So for inserting any value, key and value inside a map, we need to use this put statement. So let's and for this we have to define the key. So let's say key I have a and the string, always we have to use this colon thing. So here let me insert this I here, I, and one is a value. Int map dot put h and 2, int map dot put int map dot put. So here what it will happen is like here the values can be duplicates, but key should not be duplicate. So what it will display you, system dot debug my int map int map. So this map will display you this my int map, and okay, this will display you this key I and 1, then h 2 and k 3 and l 2. This will display this map. So let me go and execute this. So look, this is the output of your map. H is equal to 2, I is equal to 1, K is equal to 3, and L is equal to 2. So that value can be duplicates inside your this map, but the key should not be duplicate. So let me go and define a key where which will be duplicate. So let me okay, here I have to define I. Now let me execute this. So here what it will do is, yeah, open this. Here in when I have given this I as a key, and here also I have given this I as a key, then it will skip the last value. It will remove that last value. First it will come and insert this I, and then value as a 1. Then it will insert this h, then value as a 2. Then it will again see that okay, key is coming again, and we have this key already available inside this map. Then it will search for that, and it will replace the new value, which is 3. Then it will replace 1 from 3, and it will not contain this. So whenever you will add a new value, then it will replace from previous, and it will again add this L is equal to 2. Got it. So this is the list, set, and map data types, collection data types. So these are like most important, and we will be using more of the time these only while working on the real-time data. Okay. So if you have any question on that, please let me know. Anyone having any question till now? We can use any kind of data type here, like we can use string. I have for simple thing, I have used this integer. We can use string, we can use double, we can use boolean, we can use a subject data type and enum data type. So let me go and give you overview about this s object. So this is the integer, and you can use s object like this. Okay, like we have a account object here in our database. So account AAC is equal to new account. So like that we can create an account. We can like fetch account detail from this. We can create a new account by like if you want to give account name, then you can fetch fields from here, and you can give like test, and you can insert that SCC. You can apply that DML as well. You can insert, so it will be inserting. So you can use any, like if I want to use that custom object, then I have to use that API name. So what's the API name of this? Look, I don't have this subject. I have student. If I want to use my student object which I have created earlier, then I have to use the API name of that student object. So what is the API name of that student object? Student underscore underscore C. So that I have to use, and I can create records from this Apex only. So this is the S object type data type, and we can use a class also. If this also you can use as a data type. So let's say right now we have this one only. We can create a new class and we can use that one. So test class tc is equal to new test class, and you can return like okay is equal to and you can apply if there is a method, like if I have a method over here, then you can use like tc dot method, and then if there is a parameter, you can apply parameter also here, like integer I. So for calling this method, you have to pass this parameter I as a value. So that also you can use, and we will be learning more about it when we will be learning Apex classes. So that's how you can use this class as a parameter. So yeah, that's it about Apex introduction and all the data types of Apex. Any question till now?
Like any governor limits, is there any limits to write a classes? This number of classes we have to write like that any?
So the number of classes we don't have. I think there is no any limit because the number of classes, the classes will not be on any specific object. So those will be in your like org. But we have a number of line limit, or we have a number of code limit in Apex. Like let me search for that. We have a number of line of code limit. If you go and see like governor limits on Apex, then you will be getting a list of all the governor limits which are available for the Apex. So we will be having some transaction. We will be having a limit for the data. How much data we should have in our. It will be based on the edition or that. Your licenses, how many license you have, which license you have, which edition you have. So there are some. So I have opened it wrong. Apex governor limits, and there will be execution governor limits, Apex transaction limits, governor limits. So open this pre-transaction Apex limits. So there will be, you will, so you will, here you can say that like you will see that SOQL, how many total number of SOQL we can use in synchronous limit. So if you are using if you are using trigger or simple Apex class, then that will be a synchronous call. So for that we will be having a 100 number of SOQL. But if we are using a asynchronous call like a future method or a batch class or scheduler class, then we will be having a 200 number of SOQL. So we will know more about it on like asynchronous and synchronous and batch class and scheduler class. But for now, just understand that like in synchronous call, we'll have 100 number of we can only use 100 number of SOQL. In asynchronous, we can use 200. And the total number of records retrieved via SOQL. So only 50,000 records we can retrieve via this SOQL at single transaction. So these are some governor limits. I'll recommend all of you to go through once with that, so that you can get more idea. And there are so many like limits on the data also, and like the batch Apex job, how much you can start. So at a time you can only start one single concurrent, and so these are some limitation on the Apex. So you can just go through once. So there are, so this is the same. There are some blog written by some Salesforce MVPs, so just go through with that also. And don't like believe totally on those blogs, but I'll recommend this help document or developer.salesforce document, so that those will be having the updated result. Because what happen is we have releases every year, three releases every year. So every year three times those data can be updated. So those blogs may not be update that data, but the help document of the Salesforce, they will update it. So I'll recommend this trailhead or this help document of the Salesforce only. Just go through once with all the limits and thing. And we'll be having a separate session on the governor limits, so we'll be talking more about it.